let's go to the Lakers-Houston series. Dr. J, small ball being advocated by Houston. Mike D'Antoni loves that kind of attack. Even when he was in Phoenix and every team that he has been with, that's his approach. Do they have a chance against the Lakers?
Well, it would be very difficult. They would have to shoot the three-point shot well. As Dom said, in this bubble thing, there was a game that I think the other day Rocket shot 58 three-point shots. Before that, they shot a record 61, I think, three-point shots. So you can just imagine how many three-point shots they're taking in a game. Now, if you see the way the Lakers have built themselves, you know, after Anthony Davis, you got a JaVale McGee. He's nothing spectacular, but he does help and he creates a lot of problems for them. Because the high pick and roll, when he comes in, nobody's going to challenge him when he makes the follow-ups. He's not really a good outside shooter or anything, but he does a lot of damage on the inside. The game that Jokic won the other day was on the inside. They couldn't make, none of the other team, both teams couldn't make any shots until the semi-hook of Jokic. I mean, the score was 80-78 after a couple of games, over 100-something, over 100-something. When it came down the wire, you're going to have the ball game on the inside. You know, for me, unless Harden gets to the basket or Russell can get to the basket, Houston doesn't have people that can do that. They're all three-point shooters almost in that team. Even they asked Tucker to shoot the 3 points. But I don't think Tucker is even a 25% three-point shooter. But he takes a lot. He takes about 5 or 6 every game because he's always spotting on the corners. You know? And Covington takes about 7 or 8. You give him anything, Covington's throwing it up. You know?
They'll shoot everything. Okay. Dom?
Coach Ronnie, you know, a lot of people were saying both the Rockets and the Lakers not so impressive in the first round. Coming into the second round, how do you assess these two teams? Where are they in terms of the level of play? And let's also go to who has the advantage for you.
Well, I'll answer your last question first. I think the Lakers have a massive advantage versus the Rockets. Two, may not have been impressive in the first round, but one thing I've learned, it's not about the first round. It's about where you are right now, and the Lakers have gotten better, and that is exactly the direction that they perceived they were heading to, simply because they struggled in the last part of the seeding games. Why? Because they are already in the playoffs. They didn't needed those wins, but they had to be healthy, and they had to be in the right timing and in the right game shape. And for the Rockets, I think that it's going to be hard for them to be able to keep in step with the Lakers, even if they were the first team that beat the Lakers after Clint Capella was traded in the regular season. The first game played by Houston with this lineup was against the Lakers, and that was the first team that they beat with this small ball lineup, of which Mike D'Antoni took the high risk and went all the way. But definitely, I'd say that the Lakers have the number of the Houston Rockets, and it's going to be difficult for the Rockets to win over 2 games. Probably 1 game, 2 at the most. But with what the Lakers have shown so far, after improving, especially in the last part of the series against Dallas, I think it's going to be tough for Houston to keep in step against a solid unit like the Lakers have.